How you doing, everybody? Vlog number 11. This is another kind of funny hiking slash camping story, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. All right, now, this story here is with my wife. At the time we were dating, maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit less. We go for a hiking trip up in New Hampshire, which is where we go often. At least back then, and a little bit more today. So we go hiking, and we are not, again, let me actually preface this by saying that I didn't know then what I know today. I obviously, you'll know that through the story. But as far as like gear and so on, preparation, I was certainly in better shape than back then, as we both were. She's in good shape today, me not so much. So I wouldn't back then, I would just say, oh yeah, let's go for a hike. That was it. I wouldn't do any research, I wouldn't look at the weather, I wouldn't find out how far, I just would go until, well, we can't go anymore. So we go, we get our packs, we go up to the mountains camping. And we're at Lafayette Campground. And if you know that area, around the Franconia Notch, I believe, area, you know what I'm talking about. We stayed in Lafayette Campground, which we use a lot. We went from Lafayette Campground, we get up early Saturday morning, we get there late Friday night, and we walked up to, which is roughly, I want to say just under, I think it's 2,700 feet, give or take, up to Lonesome Lake. Never been up there before, never did any research, we just went up. The plan was, I was told you can go around Lonesome Lake and then up the backside of Cannon Mountain, which is, I believe, 4,100 feet above sea level. So we get up and we're both really not feeling that well. It was actually kind of a very overcast day. Our stomachs are a little, we went out for breakfast early in the morning, and I don't know, our stomachs were just not well. So we get up there, and it's not that high. It's just under 3,000, I think 2,700, 2,800 feet. So we get up there, taking breaks on the way. Remember, we're not feeling well. We get up there, we get up to the lake, and there's nobody around. It's kind of early. And we can see the lake. We can't see the hut. There's a hut with bathrooms on the other side of the lake. My wife says, I need to use, and she wasn't my wife, she's my girl. She says, I need to use the bathroom. And I said, well, I got my bag. I have something in my bag. Go in the bushes. No. I'm like, what are we gonna do? She goes, I'm like, go in the bush. She doesn't want to go in the bushes. So I said, well, what do you want to do? Now, we didn't know there's a hut on the other side that actually has restrooms. We ran, no lie, ran down this mountain. Under 3,000 feet. Ran. I want to say in all it's about 2 miles down, roughly. Ran. We get all the way down to the bottom, and there's bathrooms at the campground, but by now I have to go. Matter of fact, I think I threw up. I didn't go to the bathroom. Anyway, we do our thing. I'm waiting. She comes out and she's like, okay, well, I feel better. Let's go. And I'm like, whoa, no. We already hiked up it. We ran down it, and it's kind of like up and down. It's not just straight down. It's kind of goes sideways a little bit. It goes down, up a little bit. And I'm like, no. I'm all done for today. And we ended up just going sightseeing and had an easy day. The next day we get up and did not eat that day because we wanted to make sure our stomachs are good. We hike up, same thing, took a while, you know, because we stopped, sightseeing, photos, have a snack, and we get up to the top, and there are more people around, and we're kind of talking to some people, and, you know, I'll get talking to other people, and I said, there was a couple there, and he says, oh, hon, you want to go over to the hut? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but what hut? Oh, if you just walk around, it's like maybe not even 100 yards away. If you just walk around over there, there's a hut, and by now I can kind of see it, you know, it's kind of camouflaged and grown in, and I'm like, oh, he goes, oh yeah, that you can have food in there, you can have a, you know, they'll make, I think, like cocoa or coffee for you, it's real cheap, and it's very rustic, very, very rustic, but they do have bathrooms, you know, it's basically a hole in the ground with self-composting type deal going on, and I said, there wouldn't be bathrooms over there, would there? And he goes, oh yeah, very nice, clean, and I'm like, son of a, what the what? So I'm like, oh, hon, let's go over here. So we go over, we walk over, following this couple, we go in, I think it was like, I don't know, 50 cents, a buck, or 50 cents, a quarter. You make hot chocolate. We had hot chocolate. We sat, and it was kind of early fall. It was a little nipply out in the morning. You know, it was nice. It was really, really nice. And I just couldn't believe we were up there the day before. We ran down the mountain. Needless to say, years and years later, she has no problem going in the woods. No problem at all. We've done that. We left there, and that was pretty much the story, but there's a little bit more. We left there, we go around the lake, kind of walking on these boards because it goes through a swamp area, which is really nice. I got some amazing photos. And we go up the backside of Cannon Mountain, which is, I think, 4,100, 4,200 feet to the very top, from Lafayette Campground to there. So we get up there and met some people on a couple outlooks, couple cliffs, and we're talking to people, and really nice. And we're walking and walking and walking, and it gets to the point where you're kind of going at a very slight angle up, but it just seems to go on forever. And I really can't see much, and I'm thinking, man. And now I don't know what's at the top of Cannon Mountain. I know it's a ski mountain, and that's really kind of it. I actually skied there when I was real little, but I don't remember much there, what it looks like. So we get there, and when we get there, we come kind of push out of these bushes and trees, and there's all these people in sundresses and sandals and all, and I'm like, what the, how the, you know, and they're kind of looking at us like, where the hell did these two come? By now, you know, a lot of the day has gone by because it took us hours to get there because of a lot of resting and so on. And people look at it like, where the hell did these two come from? And then I kind of realized, I saw there's like a big lookout tower up there, and we go up there. And so now we have to go back. We're exhausted, and I was actually quite sore from running down the day before. I was in good shape, but I don't think I was in that good of shape. So I'm kind of like, oh crap, you know, and I think somebody overheard us talking. I'm like, well, now we got to go down. It's kind of late in the day, and we still have to walk the Pemi Trail, I believe it's called. From there, it's a bike path, more or less. From there, all the way back to Lafayette Campground, which is quite a walk. And someone says, oh, just take the gondola. And I'm like, the what? Oh, it's like, I want to say $5 a person, give or take. And they're like, yeah, the gondola takes you all the way down. And I'm like, hell yeah. So we take that down, we get to the bottom, and there's a freaking ice cream stand. Well, I had to get an ice cream. We got ice cream, sat for a while. We end up by now it's, because we kind of hung out a while at the base of Cannon Mountain in the lodge. We had ice cream, sat, talked, and I do believe that like the sun was going down and there are mosquitoes out. And fall, but very, very early fall. And we got eaten alive walking from there back to the camp. I mean, eaten alive. I didn't prepare. I didn't take off. I didn't take all. I mean, then now I would have everything, but got eaten alive. Needless to say, it was a great weekend. We had a wonderful time, as we always do. I mean, even a bad weekend camping is a bad day camping is better than a good day sitting around the house, you know. But but basically that's the story. It's amazing how years and years later, how I pack stuff now, how I'm reading weather reports. I have first aid kits, a gun, extra ammo, knives, not one, but multiple knives, a small saw. You know, I have not a GPS, but a compass. I use my cell phone. I have maps and GPS on my cell phone. I mean, it's just funny that back then I would have a backpack with a couple snacks, some napkins from my glove box in case one of us needs a bathroom, or I do, because my wife at the time wouldn't go in the woods, and a thing of water, maybe something that big. That's it. Just a little thing of water. Never thought, wow, crap, what if something happened? Or just what if I fall and whack my knee, you know? I don't have an ace bandage. I don't have Band-Aids. I don't have... And back then, we didn't have cell phones. This is a long time ago. We didn't have cell phones like we have today. It's just amazing how nothing really bad ever happened. And now that I prepare and I have all this stuff, maybe it's because I prepare, nothing ever really happens, you know? And where I would have the stuff, the tools, if you will, to deal with something happening. Anyway, that's my story. I'm going to stick with it. Again, my wife now, today, very comfortable in the woods. She wasn't back then, and has no problem doing you know what in the woods. Has even been walked up on while doing her thing in the woods. That was quite funny. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this. I have some more. I have a lot of stories. I have a list of stuff to talk about. I'm going to try to bang out some more, especially gear stuff. But anyway, they're coming soon. Be well, everybody. Please stay safe. If you have not subscribed, I ask that you do. We'll talk soon. Bye.